So I'm aware of how silly this may look. Go 3S on my head in the pod, X5 on a chest mount, but in this video you're going to see how I changed my Sym Citicom 300i headlight and the two different angles, I guess, just if you were ever looking for that POV kind of view. So please join me while we, as in you and I, are going to be changing the headlight, and we'll see how we go. So, I have never actually heard of this brand, Oxido? Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. But they got a good review on Amazon, seem relatively priced, and we will give them a go. Now, I'm led to believe to change these headlights, or these headlight globes I should say, you literally only need a Phillips head and a 10mm. So, let's see if I was deceived, or if we can get this to work. Firstly, to take off this front part so we can get to that, we have to undo these two screws in there. One, two. Well, we haven't taken the second one off yet, so I can't count two, but actually I should show you before I start. The reason why I'm changing these headlights as I stop halfway through is they're actually both blown. We've got the Parkers, which I didn't actually get a replacement. We've got our high beams, but no low beams. So I figured, while we're going to change them, why not just change them to something that's a bit brighter? Because safety first, right? Anyways, so now we should, in theory, be able to take off this front part. It just pops off, I'm led to believe, as well. And the reason why I keep saying led to believe is I haven't actually done this before. Just like that. Looks like there might be a screw missing, but we're going to keep those two together. Now we have to take this cover off, which it looks like there's just the two screws. One, I'm not sure if you can hear my neighbour, one of my neighbours in the background there. Something sounds a bit funny, but we'll continue on to this. And two, we should be able to just, I don't know if that slides up, pops out. Pops out just like that. Now, these three are what the 10mm are for, but we'll leave those together. We need to take this off, the whole front part. And to do that, we have to take off these 8 screws, 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, those 4. So we'll do this. Now I'm sure whoever designed this at time of engineering never actually had to worry about changing the headlight themselves, because if they did, I'm quite confident they wouldn't have designed it like this. Again, I'm not part of the design or engineer team, so I can't comment. Now I'm taking these 4 off before I take those 3 bolts off, because I believe the whole thing just falls down. One, 2, 2, 3. Oh, it's a little spider. I'm sorry. 4. So altogether we have these 8 screws. Now let's keep them all together. And before we forget, let's take this off. Bit of leverage always helps crack them. And I'm a bit of a wussy, so we're going to keep those 3 bolts over here, and from what I understand, I think it just comes off. I don't think I'm missing a screw. Maybe I am. I believe there may have been one. Yes. I am missing a screw, and it's the one at the front here. And there's one on the other side, I'm guessing. I'm actually glad I've put it up on the center stand. It makes this a lot easier. Let's not lose that. So let's put those two over there. And so now I want to avoid disconnecting anything I don't have to. The thing is, I saw that HS4s plug straight into this. H4, sorry, H4 globes. And these are actually HS1s, which I believe are very, very similar in shape. You know what? We might end up breaking something, so let's just disconnect this. Oh. Okay, those two plugs make sense just to disconnect. And all we do is pull up like so. So we pull these out. Pull that out. And I'm trying to see, but I can't see. The fact that other one's blown. Oh, that's probably what all that is at the top. And let's take this one off. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what all that is at the top. I'm no expert. Maybe if you're watching this and you are an expert, you can tell me. But There we go. There's the brake reservoir. And installation is literally just reverse of everything we did for removal. Now before we screw it all back together, let's actually just check that we have working headlights. Look at that. Granted, the halogen parkers don't look as nice, but and there's high beams. Now I am going to keep recording. Likely not actually show this part though, because it's pretty straightforward. However, in case I miss anything or come across something, is really the main reason of why I want to keep recording. So let's put these 3 bolts in, back with the 10mm. So it's correct. The 2 tools you need are a 10mm socket and a Phillips head. To tell you the truth, when I knew that I had to take all these guards and trims off, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger of a job. Again, I wouldn't say it's a 30-second job, but it's quite easy. And I say, if I can do it, I reckon you can too. And there you have it. You can see why having either the Go 3S on your head or the X5 can give, you know, both very equal point of view shots. I should add that I had the Go 3S in the pod. You can actually, as I disconnect it here, have it stand alone. It is the size of my thumb. Well, actually it's smaller if you look at that. But the reason I had it in the pod is because I wasn't sure how long that was going to take. But if you're just going to capture some short clips, yeah, you can just have the camera like that. The other thing I should add is the X5 can actually, you can reframe it for different angles. You can wider, narrower, all obviously in the software. Then you would export it as a flat video. But are you going to change your Sym headlights? Are you going to give one of these cameras a go for your next point of view? Let me know, and please yell out if you've got any questions, and I hope to see you soon.